years ago, I stood here as the band wore a ribbon on their shoulder and had a very special dedication for their season. And that was for the very unexpected and very unfortunate passing of my brother. And that was very hard for me and my family. And while nobody in the band ever met my brother, they knew the pain that I felt and was going through. And when a member of our music family passes on, everyone knows and everyone feels it together and experiences it together. And over the years, we've had many music teachers come through our program, and many teachers stand in front of the band and do their thing. But no one has had an impact on the band program like Miss Linda Shoemaker. She was here and taught in all the different buildings in a variety of capacities, and she had the vision, the heart, the talent, the skill, and the passion to make this program something truly unique and truly special. The one thing she did not have was the resources. But in spite of that, she made it work. When budgets were cut, when staff was cut, when things just weren't there for her to do her job, she made it work and did her job anyway. And she is such a remarkable person. And I had the very fortunate opportunity to meet her many times, especially early on in my career when I didn't know much about being on the teaching side of a marching band. I had been in them, I marched many times, but I never got in front of one. And I asked her for help, and she was all about it. And she had retired in 1997. I got to meet her about 2000, 2001 when I took over the program. And it was just, you knew there was something about her. You knew there was a passion in her eyes, in her heart, in her every word she said about how much she loved this program. And to show you how much she really loved this program, her unfortunate passing, she had planned to be buried, and she is now laid to rest at the cemetery down New York Avenue, where the band marches for each of their parades. She picked that spot specifically so she can watch the band go by on each parade. And that's pretty awesome. But to go one step further, her casket is the navy blue of the Huntington Blue Devils. And I tell you, this woman eat, breathe, bled blue. It's literal. I mean, it's true. Last night, I got to meet a whole bunch of alumni from the program from back in the Linda Shoemaker days. And it was awesome. We decided to put this thing together to do a performance for her, and we decided let's invite as many people as we can. 10 years ago, they put together the 75th anniversary. If you were around for that, that was an amazing, amazing experience to see well over 100 alumni come back from all parts of the world, literally, from Alaska to Hawaii to Europe. They flew in for this weekend to be part of this experience. They put a band together. They had the color guard. They brought the staff in that was around when she was in charge. And I got to sort of help out with that over at Findlay, watch their rehearsals. And I saw the alumni just talking. And it didn't matter. The most amazing thing to me was it did not matter what year they graduated. They were talking to each other as if they were all right in high school together at the same time. And then something happened that caught my eye. She came down the hall. Miss Shoemaker turned the corner, and everyone in the alumni band you can hear a pin drop. It was amazing. And she smiled. She loved that. But I got to meet a lot of them last night and the last week here rehearsing for this performance you're about to hear. And it was really amazing to hear the stories. I got to meet with them 10 years ago at the 75th anniversary, and again to hear the stories. And just to see, you know, what it was like and what it was about and why band meant so much to everybody, and why they all flew in from thousands of miles away to march in a parade. And it was very clear why. Huntington is a special family. Huntington is a very unique place. Band is a very special place. We have alumni here today going all the way back from the class of 1975. And we have alumni from just a few years back. And we have everybody in between. And it doesn't matter. Thursday night when we were here for a rehearsal, the alumni came up to me afterwards and they were so giddy, like the little kids. They were so giddy because all of the current members were just asking them questions and taking pictures with them. It was like they were celebrities walking in and they were like, oh my God, you know. And it was a really cool experience. But it doesn't matter when you graduate, you're here, your family, you graduate from the Huntington Music Program, and you're, as I say, you're in the club. You are a Huntington Music alumni. And that's a card that only a few people can carry, because you have to make it through the program. And all the people that are standing not in uniform are all members that came through the program. And I can tell you there are many, many, many who apologize that they could not make it. The Huntington Alumni Facebook page currently is at 733. That shows you how many people, you know, are following and want to be part of this. So when I met Ms. Shoemaker many years ago, she was giving me lots of things, some pictures, some stuff that she had held on to, she took, and just giving me stuff to kind of keep the idea of the band alive and what it meant to her and what it was all about. And then she hands me a folder and I went to take it and she wouldn't let go, and I'm like, okay. She looked me straight in the eye and said, you need to promise me that you will never, ever throw this folder away or lose it. I said, okay. Clearly it meant a lot to her. I didn't know why. I opened it up and there was a piece of music in it. It was all scribbled and handwritten and stuff. She goes, this piece means everything to me. I love this piece and it means everything to me. Promise me you'll never lose this. Absolutely. So of course, much like somebody putting a string on your finger to remind you of what to do and then you have no idea what the string means, I put it in a file cabinet and forgot all about it. And then I needed to find this piece and I'm like, oh my God, where did I go? You know, and I found it. This piece was Danny Boy. And Danny Boy was Linda Shoemaker's favorite piece of music, I think, of all time. And she had an arrangement done for her band. Many of the people standing out here were the ones that it was written for. And they performed this piece. And it became sort of a tradition to have this piece in their library. And when she passed, and we got on the Facebook page and said, what do we want to do? Give me your thoughts and ideas. Overwhelmingly, it was Danny Boy, Danny Boy, Danny Boy. So that sparked the, oh, I have that piece. And I went in and I took it and I put it into the computer and we handed it out and put it online. And everybody was able to download it and practice it. And we are going to perform that piece for her today and to show you how much that means to not only her, but to all the members here, all the alumni that are standing out there. Before we do that, I want to introduce two very special people. I want to introduce Skip Luke, standing up in the front over here. Skip was one of Linda's, Skip was one of Linda's band parent presidents from and has been very much in charge and very helpful in trying to help organize all of the stuff to make sure that nothing of significant importance gets put in the wrong place. I also want to thank and honor Miss Doris Shoemaker, Linda's sister, for coming all the way out from Oregon to be here. Thank you both so much for being part of all of this and being here with us. We also have with us, one of Miss Shoemaker's jackets that she wore. I believe she wore this for the Rose Bowl Parade in '89, is that right? Or, she wore it a lot of places. It's got a lot of buttons on this thing. A lot of bling. Yeah, that's the whistle she wore during the Rose Bowl Parade. And then last night, I was given her band room key. So, what is that? It says Maestra, which is the female version of Maestro. So we have that. That's going to be framed by our alumni, and that's going to be put in a showcase outside by the band room, as well as a proposal from Mr. Stellato and myself to the Board of Ed to name the band room after Ms. Shoemaker. So sorry, Board of Ed, I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
Yes, you did.
Hope you say yes. So, and so many things float through my mind of what I wanted to say about all of this, and I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anything. But I wanted to thank all the alumni for coming out and being part of this. You can tell how much this means to everybody. Some of them have not played in many, many years and took the music and dusted off their instruments and figured it out and are now here. So I guess without any further ado, we are going to perform Miss Shoemaker's commissioned arrangement of Danny Boy. I didn't think of anything new to say, so you're off the hook.
Another round of applause, please, everyone. Thank you, Mr. G. Thank you. Thank you, alumni. HBDMB members, if we could take the music stands and we're going to bring them all off to the field. Juniors and seniors, you're going to make your way to the front and we're going to regroup here.